Oh, it's pretty dark in here. Hey guys, how you doing? This is Ajay, your online coach, coming at you today. And today is day 3, and I left my marker board in the house. So I'm doing this right here. So this is going to be day 3 of your setup for Ajay, your online coach. You know, results, whatever we call it. I don't know really what we're doing. But what I wanted to talk about today, you know, while we're setting up the things that we need to do, this whole thing is the whole premise of this 90-day deal and the 120-day deal is really a habit. So whatever we need to do, we need to compound those habits onto another good habit, onto another good habit, onto another good habit. That's what all this stuff is all about. And before you know it, all the good habits we do will start bringing things to us, the things that we want. So, you know, we did day 1. We talked about, you know, the affirmations that I have up on my car. I have them here on the 4 side. I got the 1 side done. I didn't do the other side, but I do have the 4 here set up. And while I'm in the car, I'm doing those. But also, while we're doing the affirmations, they also tell you to, like, read every day, listen to something every day, something positive to keep you going, to keep you motivated. And if you heard something one time, then you heard it one time. That's what that means. That means you got to hear it again and again and again. Repetition is the mother of learning also. So the more that we listen to things more and more, then our brain and our mind will open up to different ideas. And then that's when, like, oh man, I heard that all the time, but now it makes sense. Well, that's what reading is supposed to do to us, and listening is supposed to do to us. And it's just something that would help replace some of the habits, because if you're in the car driving and you're going to wherever you may have to go, an hour, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 2 hours, 4 hours, it doesn't matter. Anything you're doing in your car, you should try to be learning something. So it's called Drive Time University. So when you have in the car, you should have some kind of motivational tape, inspirational tape, something that would teach you something that can help your mind grow. Because all these little fascinating ideas breed other fascinating ideas. And before you know it, you got all these little, you know, fingers out there grabbing an idea, and then something just may click, and then, you know, that could take you where you need to go. You know, so you got to listen to, like, Napoleon Hill, stuff like that. Anthony Robbins, some Zig Ziglar. Who else is good out there? Jim Rome. Oh, love Jim Rome. I had an opportunity early in my days in California living. I was in Herbalife when it, like, started. I don't know, not started, but that's when the original people were there, like Mark Hughes and Larry Thompson. Those were the 2 that was thing. But the thing of it was, I had an opportunity to go to one of those super meetings, super seminars that they have, and Jim Rome was there, and he was, like, literally right there, and the room was packed, and I was up front watching the whole thing. He must have talked for a long time, at least an hour and a half. I can't remember, but it was a while, but it was good. So I really got a chance to meet him, and I really liked all his talk, so that was good too. But, you know, you got to have something in your car that helps motivate you. Now, I have a CD set in my car.
Build with his organization.
This one is called
Anyone who is doing deliberately a predetermined job because that's what he decided to do deliberately. But only 1 out of 20 does that. That's why today there isn't really any competition unless we make it for ourselves. Instead of competing, all we have to do is create. Now, for 20 years, I looked for the key which would determine what would happen to a human being. Was there a key I wanted to know which would make the future...
Now, that is called The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale.
Was there a key that would guarantee...
Now, you can call them up and order that, and if you know you got a CD, then you can get it on your CD, but you can get it on your phone too. A lot of you got Bluetooth. Pull that up, The Strangest Secret, and listen to that every day. You know, try to get into the habit of listening to something positive in your brain every day. You know, now books are good, tapes are good, seminars are good, webinars are good. All those things that can help grow your mind is good for you. Sitting there watching TV, it's not good. I mean, listen, I used to do it, and I was even worse because at one time I think we had like 13 TVs in the house. And that's a lot. You know what I mean? Because every room had a place to entertain somebody, and it required a TV. So I did that stuff. So now that I see, you know, pretty much all of it's negative anyway. The same thing is going to be about the same what it is. They just, you know, stretch it out longer and longer. But anyway, so if you get away from those things, because that's not positive. I mean, I don't want you to be detached from society or anything like that. But try to watch it on moderation. If you're sitting down watching something and you're like, what could I do? Did I do my affirmations today? Did I read my statement today? Did I read, you know, Think and Grow Rich, chapter 4 today? Did I listen to anything positive in my brain? If not, then you should feel guilty about it and get up and try to do something. Even if it's writing in your journal or whatever. But anyway, try to get something in your car that you can listen to. And I have Think and Grow Rich here. I'll put that one on so you can kind of listen to that one. You know, get something that you can listen to and listen to it over and over and over and again. And when you could say when the guy is talking, and if you could say those things verbatim as he's saying them, then you know it. Then that means you could teach it to somebody. So that's a good thing. Because then you start talking like what you're listening to. So if you talk like those words and sound good and sound intellectual, then you'll start talking intellectual to other people.
The oldest of admonitions is, man, know thyself.
This chapter.
If you market merchandise successfully, you must know.
But see, so I have things that I haven't listened to in my car. So, you know, as far as saying your affirmations, doing your definite major purpose, there's some other things too that you still need to do throughout the day. So try to keep yourself positive in what some things you're trying to do. And put some positive in your brain and start listening and learning. And sometimes people may not be able to listen to it with you, but when you're in your car by yourself, then by all means put it on and try to cut back on some of the things you're doing and just try to tip top a little bit. It takes a while, you know. I didn't used to listen to tapes for a long time, but you know, then I started getting into it, and it was good for me and good for my business. Teach me something. That's Drive Time. What is it called? Drive Time University. So if you're in the car, you should be learning something. Okay, guys, that's day 3. Just wanted to make one. Again, I don't have my board. It's in the car, in the house. I'll get that. But I just wanted to say, you know, if you guys like what I'm doing, you know, give us some likes, some shares, some comments. And if you got something you want me to talk about, then by all means put it in there, because this is a video diary for myself, so I can see where I'm at in 90 days. So if you guys want to do it, do the same thing, and you know, put it private so nobody can see it, and then you can make your YouTube videos too, and we can talk about that too. All right, guys, that's it. Smash that channel, give me some likes. Talk to you later. Ciao.